Because many people abuse eldership, certain things are released into their lives. Certain things operate in their lives. And those who have the capacity to be able to highlight it no longer feel obligated to speak to you about certain things, or do not feel safe to tell you anymore that something is wrong here. So many people get taken into cycles like this, and their timings and their seasons are affected by the enemy. So and in Joel 2:25 says, I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. So the first thing that it comes for is time. Now, but there's a promise in God that says he will restore the time that has been eaten. But this highlights the fact that the Spirit just doesn't destroy material things, but the destruction of the material things is to rob you of your seasons in life. Now, the second thing that the locust comes for is harvest. This spirit attacks the result of your labor. It attacks relationships, careers, ministries, opportunities, leaving you feeling barren despite your effort. This is very critical, because if you even think about it in the physical, the locust comes for the harvest. So if you notice that you are in seasons where you have worked, you have labored, every time you work and every time you labor, it's almost like at the end of it, something always collects that which should be yours, which should be your promotion, which should be your increase. Then there's something at work. Or sometimes you labor, you see the result of your labor, and you try to spend it into, achieving key strategic things, but the strategic things never manifest. There is something at work, and it almost looks like poor investment, even though you went to business school and you are constantly joining every seminar about how to invest wisely. But it's the day that you invest that structure collapses. It's the day you said, okay, I'm going to go into this business. They'll say, oh, the federal government has signed a policy that this business should. So it comes for harvest. Now, the thing about harvest is that it eventually affects legacy, because the harvest is where the seed of the next season comes from. Now, even when you think about this spirit spiritually, and even in terms of like ministry, this spirit is usually at work in ministries where the leader never sees the leaders that they invested in. So you will invest in people, but none of them last. So there is no transference of the DNA that you have labored to incorporate into the next generation.